people are not receiving you the way you think you're presenting yourself. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, you are welcome. My name is Rosemary and I'm the Black Scribbler, and today is episode 2 on loving myself, and we're going to be talking about self-awareness. What is self-awareness? Why do you need to be self-aware? How can you be more self-aware? All of those good stuff. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you've not watched episode 1, I'll leave it linked up here or down in the description bar. That was on self-acceptance. So yeah, let go. So let's start off by what exactly is self-awareness, right? If we're going to delve into why we need it and how we can become more self-aware, we need to know what self-awareness is. And I'm going to read off the hint on it. Self-awareness is the ability to focus on yourself and how your actions, thoughts, and emotions do or do not align with your internal standards. If you are highly self-aware, you can objectively evaluate yourself, manage your emotions, align your behavior with your values, and understand correctly how others perceive you. In conclusion, self-awareness is a conscious knowledge of your own feelings and character, right? Self-awareness is getting to know yourself. I think it's something we underrate a lot. If you are not aware of your strengths, weaknesses, your emotional highs and lows, how certain things affect you, it becomes difficult navigating your day-to-day life. The first tip I have for you is be curious about yourself. Ask yourself questions, like randomly ask yourself, oh, what would I do in this situation? Do I like this thing? Even if you've not been in that situation, try to figure out what your response would be, what your reaction would be. Try to put yourself in new situations, so you understand yourself better. Do not be so comfortable being in a cocoon and being so used to yourself. You learn more about yourself when you are put in new situations. You can't know everything about yourself till you've explored, right? Till you've questioned things. Try to learn one new thing about yourself every day. And when you make it a goal to learn something new about yourself daily, you realize that you pay more attention to yourself. My next tip would be to keep a journal. I kept 2 So last year I filled these 2 bad boys up, right? And I also tried to write letters to myself every now and again. At the end of the year, I went through the journal and I went through the letters. And it was so interesting to see how I went up, down, up, down. Sometimes I'm so excited and like nothing in this world can stop me. And then other times I'm like, woe betide me. It's all over there. The next day or after a couple of days or weeks, I might have forgotten. I mean, when I was going through the journals and the letters, I was like, wait, what? When did this happen? We are always thinking of stuff. We're always on the go, on the move. And so if you do not take the time out to record those things, either if you are not one to write, then record audio recordings, right? I do that as well, where you can go back to see, hear, read what you were going through at the time. It helps you put things in It helps you put things in perspective, right? It allows you acknowledge your progress. It allows you go back to say, oh, I want to be in this state of mind. It makes you question things to say, what really was going on when I was feeling this way? How did I remedy this situation? How did I get here? Why did I get here? It allows you become more conscious when you keep a journal, in my opinion. So try as much as possible to keep a journal, either writing, audio, video. Record yourself. On my Instagram stories the other day, I asked people what's a feel good activity, and someone said she talks to herself, and I was like, I do record myself. Like, I have so many videos of me talking to myself, especially seeing as I live alone and we're in a pandemic, and I go back and I listen, and either I'm laughing or I'm like, oh, I mean, I'm not exactly feeling that right now, but I don't think I've resolved this thing. Let's try to figure it out, So yeah, keep a journal of some sorts. My next point would be to ask people how they see you. My dad does this a lot. Randomly, out of nowhere, my father will be asking me, if you had to describe me in one sentence, if you had to describe your father to people, and I'm like, but why? But as time progresses, I begin to understand why he does it. We're always in our head, it's all about you. You think you are a good friend, you think you are an amazing whatever, father, brother, sister, uncle, friend, sister, brother, cousin. But sometimes people are not receiving you the way you think you're presenting yourself. You can ask people, how do you perceive me? Describe me in 2 sentences. If you had to describe me in 1 word, what would it be? Choose 10 words to describe me. Get people's feedback on you. I'm not saying if they give you negative feedback, you should sit down there and be crying and be like, these people don't like me. If people are telling you that you are stubborn or you are too self-centered or whatever, then take that on board and ask them, can you give me an example where I was this thing, or whatever the situation might be. Ask questions. How can I be a better friend to you? Am I being a good friend? Am I a good sister to you? And I'm not asking you this so you can praise me. I'm asking you this because I want to know how to be a better person. I want to know how to better serve you. I want to understand myself better. I want to try to know my strengths and weaknesses from an outsider's perspective, because when you are so focused on yourself and you are looking within, it kind of have tunnel vision and you're not able to see certain things that people see. But when you ask them and they give you feedback, then you're able to implement what you need to implement or what you choose to implement, and you're able to discard the things you feel are irrelevant to you. Feel me? Another way to practice self-awareness is by seeing things from other people's point of view. When someone does something to you, it's so easy to be all me. I'm upset, they kicked me, they did this to me. But when you begin to think, like try to understand why they did what they did, what could possibly make someone do this? It's trying to understand why people did things is not the same as giving them a pass, but it allows you evaluate the situation better. It allows you remain in control of your emotions, because then you begin to realize that maybe it's not about you, it's a them thing, and it helps you understand people better. It also helps you react better to people, right? Because if someone does something to you, let's say someone hits you, you can easily push them and then there is a fight that bursts out. Or if someone hits you, you can be like, they were not paying attention. Why were they not paying attention? Whatever the situation might be, right? You feel me? So try to take a third person's perspective. Try to take a third person's perspective when dealing with people. I'm going to cap it all up with keep checking up on yourself. Ask yourself sincerely, how are you feeling? What is going on right now? How was your week? What is something interesting you saw this week? It allows you pay attention and think and try to reminisce. Always check up on yourself, because if you are not sincere with yourself, then I don't think you can be sincere with anyone else. Listen to yourself. Pay attention to the things that matter to you, and also remember that you have a right to grow and change. Things that mattered to you yesterday might not matter to you today, and that's okay. Your perception, perspective, opinions and views on certain topics are allowed to change as time progresses. It's all part of self-awareness. Self-awareness is about you growing into yourself, you becoming more conscious of things about yourself. I think even understanding or being aware or realizing that your opinions on things have changed is a great indication of you being aware, you being self-aware. So yeah, I hope you learned a thing or two. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below on how you practice self-awareness. Any tip on practicing self-awareness that I have not mentioned, please leave it down below. Any lesson you learned about self-awareness, leave it down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Thursday. Do not forget, you are amazing, you are beautiful, you are a hot bowl of party jollof. I want to eat party jollof, like I've not eaten party jollof in a while. I need that. But yeah, loved is what you are,